How is the public supposed to trust the government's vaccine guidance, when the messaging looks like this? Yesterday, the Wall Street Journal posted their article on X, breaking. RFK Jr.'s vaccine panel voted to no longer recommend a combined shot for measles, mumps, rubella, and varicella, which is chickenpox, to children under the age of 4. And then there's a link to the article. Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro retweeted or quoted the Wall Street Journal saying, "Children will die because of this decision. These diseases have been nearly eradicated thanks to vaccines. RFK Jr. is a threat to American health and must be fired." HHS.gov replied to her tweet saying this is a lie meant to send Americans into panic. Fact, AICP recommended that the varicella, the chickenpox vaccine, be given as a standalone immunization rather than through the combination of measles, mumps, rubella, varicella, MMRV vaccine, right? And CDC Immunization Safety Office showed that healthy toddlers have 12 to 23 months have increased risk of febrile seizure 7 to 10 days after MMRV vaccination compared to those given separate immunizations for varicella and the MMR. So all that the AICP, the committee, is saying that they think it's safer if for children under 4 years old, that the under 4 years old get 2 shots instead of 1. They're not deleting any shots. They're just saying that they should get the MMR separately and then the chickenpox separately rather than all 4 vaccines together, because it increases the risk of them getting a temperature so high that they have a seizure. And, I'm thinking, okay, what's wrong with that? Isn't that safer? And doesn't that seem like better guidance? But then when you think that the Congresswoman says that this type of decision is going to kill children, it doesn't make any sense to me. So the only thing I can think of is that this is basically just a political comment to try to discredit RFK Jr. rather than going deeper and looking into what is really happening. So my point to people is read both sides and do not outsource your thinking, especially when it comes to your children's health. Look deeper and choose for yourself. And even if your pediatrician maybe says, hey, you can give the 4 shots at once, the chance of febrile seizure is tiny, think about, well, what if is it worth it? If your child is the one rare instance, what if they're the one? And now you have a baby that has a seizure and you have to either call 911 or go to the emergency room and deal with all that comes, put the baby through all these tests and diagnostic to rule out other things, to figure out what the seizure was really from. I don't know. Everybody should decide for themselves, but I just want to draw attention to this dichotomy that is going on right now about the vaccines, because the ACP has been meeting and there's going to be more decisions. There have already been decisions.